everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Tanya and I do DIY and home decor projects on my blog Little Vintage Cottage and here on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do 3 DIY projects, 2 thrift shop flips and 1 dollar store DIY. So for this project, I have a little thrifted basket and I'm going to paint some of the designs that are on the side of the basket. So I'm using just regular black craft paint, and you can see on the sides of this little basket that it has some little designs woven in. So I'm just using the black paint and a small paintbrush and filling in those designs. I just painted all of the little designs all the way around. It really didn't take too long at all. And then once that was done, I also wanted to add a little bit of detail to the lid. So the center part of the lid had a little design woven into the center. So I just used the same paintbrush and black paint and painted the center and all around the edge. Next, I'm going to make a pom-pom for the top, so I'm using my Clover pom-pom maker, which I will put a link in the supplies list. I also have 2 colors of yarn, thick yarn, that I'm going to use to make my pom-pom. So to use this pom-pom maker, if you're using two pieces of yarn, just put the pieces together. Don't cut them yet, just leave them on the ball of yarn. And then you start at the base of your pom-pom maker. You open up the little arms, start at the base, and begin wrapping the yarn tightly around. You don't have to get too carried away with how tight it is, just, so it's snug. And then continue wrapping all the way around that first arm. You want to make sure that it stays tight, so push down, keep the pieces of yarn tight along that as you're going. Clip it and fold that arm in, and then you're going to repeat the process on the other arm. Once you get to the end, clip it, close the whole thing up, and then you're going to cut the yarn down the center. There's a little channel that runs down the center of each side of the pom-pom maker. So you stick your scissors in there and you're going to snip the yarn so you can see the channel right there. Do this on both sides. Then you're going to take a piece of yarn to complete your pom-pom. I made mine a little longer because I wanted to have the ends hanging out so I could attach it to the basket lid. So you slide this piece of yarn down into the channel on the pom-pom maker, and then you're going to knot it, pull it tight, as tight as you can, and then tie a knot. Once you're done with that, you can open the arms of the pom-pom maker back up. Open both sets of arms, and then you can just pull it apart. And there you have your completed pom-pom. Give it a little shake to fluff it up, and then you can trim. There'll be some pieces of yarn that are sticking out a little, so you'll want to trim it up and make it look nice. So just use your scissors and go along the edge. I used a large needle and just thread the ends of those pieces of yarn through. I did use some Scotch tape on the ends to get them threaded through the needle, and then I just poked them through from the top of the basket, tied a little knot, and trimmed off the ends. And there we have a cute pom-pom handle.
Seeing eyes of mine, what do you feel beside? I don't know where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes. Seeing eyes of mine. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, love.
The next project I'm going to work on is this little footstool that I bought at Goodwill for $4.99. And so in my new house, I'm planning on having a plant corner. And so I thought I don't really need a footstool, and plus this to me is a little too low for a footstool. So I'm going to try to make it into a little plant stand. So first thing I'm going to do is take off this ugly fabric. Okay, so I have sanded both pieces, the base and the top, or what will be the top, with some real high grit. I think it's like 80 or 60 grit sandpaper. So this is what the bottom looks like. You can see it's really jacked up, but that will not be seen. It will be down like this, and the nicer part will be on top. So I've sanded both pieces because I'm going to paint, and now I'm going to wipe it down with the tack cloth just to remove all of the dust, the sanding dust. Alright, and so now this, you can see, has some holes. I need to fill those holes. So for the color, I had this in my Bountiful Harvest is the color. And so let's see. I think it'll go well with the colors that I'm planning, where I'm going to put this plant stand. dry, and then we will check back in. So now I'm going to add a little bit of cute boho, make it look a scratch. Take two. Now I'm going to add a little bit more detail to make it look a little bit boho, since that's my style. So I want to drill along this edge, and then I have some reed, which I got this on Amazon. I will link it below. But I'm going to make little scallops with this reed. So you just need to soak it for a little bit to make it so that it's more pliable. You don't, because when you go to bend it, it will break. So I have some soaking in some warm water, and I have marked every 2 inches along the edge, the bottom edge here. So I have a mark, and then 2 more inches, there's a mark, and 2 and 2 and 2 all the way across, and so that was close to the inside edge, and then I moved out towards the outside edge and did some more holes in between those. So let's see if I can get close enough for you to be able to see. So see, here's my first hole, and then 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches all the way across, and then I dropped down and I went in between those 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2, 2. And so now I have a drill bit that is the size of my reed, and an easy way to make sure you get the same depth when you drill is to mark it with tape. And so I'm going to drill down into the wood up to the tape mark. Okay, and so now I'm gonna see how my reed's doing, see if it's pliable enough. Just so it's not dripping. I had these little smaller pieces to test it out first. So in theory, should be able to stick the end down into the hole, and then bend it and stick it into this hole. And so then there would be a scallop. I just need to determine like how far down I want them, so I know how long to cut my pieces, which I think that's a little bit too long. So I think I would like them probably about like that. Let me see how long that is. Okay, so I have given it 3 coats of paint and filled in the nail holes that were in what's going to be the top of the plant stand. And I should have done that before I painted, but I didn't have my wood filler here, so I've done it now, and I'm just going to give it the final coat of. Top is painted, and I have made a little braid with some of the reed that I had just to go around the edge. So again, you just soak your reed for a little bit, and I'm using hot glue because it's kind of wood glue. I don't have any clamps that would work very well, and so wood glue would take long to dry. So hot glue is quick drying, so I'm just using that on this edge. So I'm just going to continue doing my part of my braid around. And just go a little bit at a time. So just hold it down few seconds. So then this is the end of this little bit of braiding, so I'm just going to snip it off. And then I have another one created. Just going to leave this. Actually, I think I'll leave that. Maybe I can leave it in. Okay, so I have this edge and part of this edge. So I have another braid, and when I had these soaking, you know, I took them out and I created my braid, and then I kind of formed it around the, you know, I folded it while it was wet and formed it around the edge of this, and then just left it to dry, folded like that so that it would fit my board. This little piece right here, so I'm going to go ahead and try and braid this. I may have to re-wet that, but otherwise this is what it's looking like. Covered up the raw edge. It's going to look cute. My top is done, and I'm going to stencil it a little bit. And so I have these, this pack of, it's from Art Minds from Michael's stencils. They kind of have a Scandinavian or boho look. So I'm going to use some stencils out of that pack. And so first, I think I'm going to go around the edge with this one. And I'm just going to use some white and a stencil brush. And for stenciling, you just dip your paint or your stencil brush down into the paint and then pounce it off. Pounce most of it back off. You don't want your paintbrush too saturated with paint or to bleed under the edges of the stencil. And then you just apply it in the same manner. Here's my little stool base and my little stool top, and I just need to attach them back together.
don't know where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes. Seeing eyes of mine. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll change it, change it.
This next project is a lot simpler. I shopped for some picture frames at the dollar store and also shopped in their wall decal section and found some cute boho wall art. This one's so simple I don't even really have video, just some in-progress shots. Here's the frames I chose, 3 of them. I painted them with the pretty pink spray paint. Here's the boho wall art stickers, and I just peeled each one off and put it on white backing paper and then popped it in the frame. Easy peasy.
Seeing eyes of mine. What do you feel beside? I don't know where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes. Seeing eyes of mine. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, love, love.
So I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments which one of these projects was your favorite. Also let me know if you want to see more craft projects, or if there's some other type of video you want to see more of. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.